right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be hard to do, but as a lifelong Kobe Bryant fan, as a fan of the greatest athlete who's ever played the game, in my opinion, Kobe Bean Bryant, I have to make a declaration. I've been sitting here for the past year and a half, finally open to the fact that the title of the greatest basketball player in the world belonged to, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'm a fan of Kobe. I feel that Kobe is the best player, to ever come close to Jordan. I've been very resistant of this other guy from Akron. Very resistant of, giving him the GOAT status. And I'll tell you a few of the reasons why. The fans of LeBron James are sometimes pretty obnoxious. I felt like they were a bit premature in proclaiming that he was the king. I think he's a tremendous athlete, but the reason why I was a little put off is because people just skipped over Kobe, acting like Kobe wasn't who he was. And, they anointed this guy who is tremendous athlete in every way. But part of my resistance from giving him the crown was the fact that his fans were a bit premature, in my opinion. But the more I've looked at this, the more I really, really looked at this, I have to make a declaration. I didn't never think I would be doing this, but on this day, November the 29th, 2019, I want to say I believe that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. I know I'm going to make a lot of people mad. I know I'm going to make a lot of people upset. But let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the details. Let's remove our personal feelings because you guys know where I stand. I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. Now, this title belonged to Jordan for a minute. Kobe almost got there. He didn't quite get to the level. But let's talk about why I believe that this title belongs to LeBron King James. I got a few of the stats here. LeBron, we all know the big one, right? 3 championships to 6. Jordan was undefeated in the finals. He is the best of all time in that regard. Next to Bill Russell. I don't know why Bill Russell doesn't get any kind of GOAT conversation credit. But Michael Jordan, LeBron James, 6 titles to 3. Even though LeBron went many times, 8 in a row, he only ended up with 3. And then some people argue that he had to go to Miami to be able to win a championship. And granted, I do believe he should have probably had 3 at least, but they ended up with 2. Comes back to Cleveland, wins one of the greatest championships in the history, beating a Golden State Warriors team with the best record in the history of the regular season. But I don't believe that alone makes him great. I think that Jordan had that dog in him. Jordan had that fight in him that nobody can take. And sometimes that's why I even held LeBron back, because LeBron is more of a team player. But that may be precisely why LeBron is the best of all time. Look at the stats. LeBron passed Jordan in points. LeBron has more assists than Jordan. LeBron has been more durable than Michael Jordan. LeBron, 17 NBA seasons. Jordan played 15. Now, we know he took off for baseball, but and it's LeBron's fault. And one thing that we do know is that later in his career, LeBron is looking more durable. What he's doing for the Lakers this year is absolutely incredible. So we got to give credit where credit is due. The man is more durable. The man has scored more points. The man has assisted more. The man rebounds more. The man does it all more. Where I do think Jordan has the edge in a couple of areas. Jordan is, to me, a better defender overall. We do know LeBron may lay back a little bit whenever he plays defense, but he turns it on when he has to. Those chase down blocks, that historic block that he made against Andre Iguodala, much to my chagrin, in the championship when they beat the Golden State Warriors, is epic. So we know he can play defense, but Michael Jordan never let up on the defensive end. Incredible player. Not saying he was perfect, but he shut down defenders night in and night out. But when you take that into consideration, now LeBron is a horrible defender. He may not be up to the caliber. Jordan may have definitely better shot. But LeBron can shoot the ball. LeBron attacking the basket is the best attack of the basket we've ever seen. Got to give LeBron the edge in passing. We got to give LeBron the edge in getting other people involved, not just passing, but he builds teammates up. If we look at individual stats, individual accomplishments, even this is team sport, we're talking about great players, right? We have to give LeBron James, this kid from Akron, this kid that came from nothing, the credit of being the greatest basketball player, especially in the modern era. But here's where I think the question is often tore apart, right? Is LeBron a better player than Michael Jordan? That's a great debate. I just laid out the reasons why I think he's a greater player. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger. It's just a fact, right? I don't think we've ever seen anything like him. Here's the thing. Michael Jordan came first. Same thing with Kobe. Kobe, I think, was bigger, faster, and stronger. But Jordan came first. Nobody did it like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the most transcendent athlete of all times, along with Tiger Woods, what he did for golf, along with Muhammad Ali, what he did for boxing. So that right there, that icon status, LeBron will never be as famous as Michael Jordan was simply because Jordan is the epitome of what the NBA was, what sports was. I'd like to be like Mike. He was bigger than basketball. He was one of the biggest stars of all time. So we often get into the debate is he a bigger icon than LeBron James? Certainly. He's the biggest star perhaps in the history of pop culture. He's up there with Michael Jackson and others, one of the most recognizable figures in the world. But when we look at playing the game of basketball, let me ask you a question. Did Michael Jordan ever face a team like the Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson? Not to mention Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green, a bunch of all-stars on the bench. Did Michael Jordan ever face that team? Mm-mm. Michael Jordan had a big three, Scottie Pippen and also Dennis Rodman. We often get on LeBron about that, but Dennis Rodman was a perennial all-star, one of the greatest defenders in the history of the game. Scottie Pippen, great too, man. But here's the thing, nobody ever gives Jordan any grief about being surrounded by great players when he was surrounded by great players. Now, is Jordan a greater competitor than LeBron James? That's a great debate. People like me gave LeBron a hard time over and over again for seemingly fading into the background. But I think in recent years, when I'm seeing him do with the Lakers this year, while people like Kawhi Leonard are load managing, LeBron is going out there and grinding every night. LeBron is going out there and showing us why he wants the title. I like that. That's that mentality. That's that GOAT mentality that no matter what, I'm going to shine. We can't put greatness in a box of what we want to see, because if that's the case, every player will model themselves after Michael Jordan just like Kobe did. LeBron is coming to the league just like he said, and he's been him. He's done it his way, and he's that little kid from nothing who's made something. And I'd even go to venture, if you're going to say Michael Jordan's a great icon, give LeBron credit, giving scholarships to kids, building schools, doing great things. Ladies and gentlemen, I've spent a lot of time talking about it, but LeBron James, in my opinion, is the greatest basketball player in the history of the game. We've never seen anything like it. And here we have, in the latter part of his career, 17 years. 17 years, and he's playing to this level. Probably the MVP candidate right now, the top MVP candidate. Let's give credit where credit is due. You got a lifelong Kobe Bryant fan. Still, I love Kobe, but I have to give the man his due. He's the man right now. What do you guys think?